In this week's video, I show you how I make this yarn cannabis leaf. So my supply list includes a glue gun, scissors, yarn, a cannabis leaf template, and of course a box, or a piece of cardboard. I am recycling this Cannabis that I got a few months ago. If you don't know what Cannabis is, it's a stoner subscription box, different themes delivered to your door monthly. But anyways, enough of that plug. Okay, so I'm just going to cut off this back flap, cut off the extra flaps, and then put my marijuana leaf on there and trace out using my sweet shatter pencil. Now that I'm done tracing it, it's time to cut it out. Alright, now it's done cut out. I've glued my yarn onto the tip of my first leaf. So I'm just going to wrap it around the tip, but first I'm going to put on some glue because I want that piece to really stay in place. So just a little bit of glue, and then I wrap my yarn around it, holding it in place so the glue sets, and pushing it down. And then I'm just going to place a little bit more glue on the other side as well. So now that that piece of yarn is firmly attached, I'm just going to take my yarn and wrap it around the leaf. As I'm moving down the leaf, I'm also going to add a few beads of hot glue as well, just to make sure that the yarn stays in place and it's not going to slip. I'm just going to keep wrapping my yarn until I reach the base of the marijuana leaf. Now I can't make it down any further. I'm going to just run a bead of glue to keep the yarn in place and then cut it off so I can start on the next part of the leaf. I'm just going to repeat this step on every other piece of the leaf. Also, just a tip, if the yarn at the end of the point of your leaf does come off, just squirt a little bit of hot glue onto it and then just kind of like press it into place so that all that yarn is stuck together by the glue. There we go, that looks better. So I'm done wrapping all of the points of my leaves. Now I need to cover the inside of the leaf with yarn. So to fill in the gap, I'm just going to take my yarn and then just follow like the outline of the leaf. Again and again and again until I reach the center. Sorry that clip was so out of frame. But let's get at it. So I'm going to need to use a lot of glue because all the yarn needs to go around corners and like stay in place more, so it's all good. This part was probably the most time consuming. And I burned my finger a few times, but it's all good. These fingers are used to it. So I'm done my first side, now I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing to the back, filling in the blank with all the yarn. Whew, all done. Here it is. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, and I totally love the colors. I think I prefer this side of it more. So I can take my leaf and hang it up on my wall Or I think it even looks cool just like leaning up against stuff. Since it's cardboard, it's like rigid, so you can kind of just like lean it on stuff and it looks cool. There's probably like a million different things you could do with this, but I decided to put a little hanger on the back and place it on my wall. So I'm just gonna estimate how long I want it to be, give it a cut, and then I'm gonna tuck it behind one of the other pieces of yarn. It's kind of difficult. I'm totally screwing this up. It's okay. There we go. And then I'm just gonna tie it in a knot. And there we go. So I just clip off the extra, and now I have a hanger. Let's put it on the wall. Here it is next to my High Times collage, my melted records, my marijuana button leaf art, and a dream catcher I made. I think it fits right in. Thanks for watching this week's video. Be sure to like and subscribe.